How you doing, Paige?
Hi, DJ. I'm doing great.
Well, Paige Davis is on the line right now. Now, people, I guess, really got to know you. Your start on Trading Spaces. Now, that was back when, I think if people talk about that show, that was back when, like, TLC had, like, wholesome programming, you know? What do you think about the station now? Like we got, like, Honey Boo Boo and all that stuff, and how dare they?
I can't really say I watch the station that much anymore, but I mean, I get a kick out of Honey Boo Boo every now and again.
It's crazy how actually far that's gone. Like, I guess maybe we blame Trading Spaces for kind of getting that reality kind of thing started, or I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you can blame Trading Spaces for that side of reality, but I definitely think we really were a catalyst for a whole new genre of television, and certainly all of the DIY home improvement before and after celebratory DIY shows. I think you can really attribute to the success of Trading Spaces. Most of that stuff has really gone over to HGTV now, which is probably where Trading Spaces belonged in the first place, I suppose. But it was the executive producer at TLC that had the idea to bring the show over from Britain. It was originally called Changing Rooms, and then we created an hour-long American version of it. And it was his idea, so it gets to be on his network.
Wow, that's very cool. And it's crazy how much it's actually become a part of people's lives. Like, when it was on, you would, like, come home from work or school, and you'd pick a team, and you were locked into that show, and you hosted it. And
it was all such an incredible time. I mean, that show and that series and those people and working together, I mean, it completely changed my life because the show was so successful. It just opened up so many doors for me, and it really was an incredible experience. You know, back in the day, as they say, you know, because we sort of were really one of the first of that genre, it was very bonding to be with everyone because we were really, really doing the work. You know, nowadays on a lot of reality shows, even if the participants are doing some work, there's really, you know, an art team who comes in and really does the bulk of it. You know, with us, like, the neighbors were really doing the work, and we really were staying up all night long to finish projects and things like that. So each episode felt like its own miniature version of camp. And then you just got to know people so well, and it was really fun. It was hard. It was really hard work. I don't miss that aspect of it, staying up all night and taking down wallpaper and pulling out carpet and painting like every other day of my life. That wasn't exactly the most fun for me, but I really did love getting to be with the neighbors and get to know them. You really felt like you were in it together, and that was a really good feeling.
How has it affected your life personally? Do you find if your friends are maybe renovating, they, you know, like, hey, Paige, we're going to Bed Bath & Beyond, you got to come and give your input on this?
I don't know if it's so much that, but I remember when the show was very popular, I had a lot of men coming up to me, like, sarcastically saying, thanks, Paige. Because my honeydew list just got like a million times longer because of your stupid show.
Yeah, there was some. That was how people, I think, really based a lot of their stuff on. It was like, well, they did this on Trading Spaces, so we got to put this in. So
it was fun. It was very fun, and I was able to do more TV after that. You know, that was really my first foray into TV. My whole background was theater and dance, and I've been able to keep that up too. I'm doing a new play right now. I'm actually up in the Berkshires at Barrington Stage Company, and we're doing a world premiere of a new play, which I've never done. I've never actually gotten to originate a role like what I'm doing now, and it's very exciting.
So I guess you've always really been, like, that's kind of where you said you started the theater and the dance part, and you've done stuff like, you know, Chicago and Beauty and the Beast. And is that kind of where you want to be now? Is that what I know you still do television, like you just nominated for an Emmy last year, which is congratulations.
Yeah. Well, I like to not have to choose. I mean, so far I haven't had to pick, which has been great. I can't always do both at the same time. That can be difficult, but I can go back and forth between the two mediums. And I've really only done one straight play in my career, and that was Boeing on Broadway back in 2008. So this is really the second time I've done a straight play, although it is called Dancing Lessons, which is funny, but it doesn't have much to do with dance. And it actually follows the relationship between an autistic man and a Broadway dancer who's been sidelined with injury. And it's really the story of how they come together and really through each other find the strength that they each need to get kind of past where they're blocked. And It's very sweet. It's very funny. It was written by Mark St. Germain, and I'm so excited about it.
So how did a person with this like theater background like you in the theater and the dance end up on a home renovation show years ago?
And I just auditioned for it. I mean, it's crazy.
It seems like you were overqualified in a way, you know? Like you're like, well, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can sing it, I can dance.
I think I was underqualified. I mean, I had no background in interior design. I'd never hosted anything, and I'd never done TV. So I have no idea why or how I booked the show, but I guess they saw something in me, and I'll be forever grateful.
You're doing flips like off the furniture when the cameras are shut off and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah, totally. And the cameras were on. Oh, my God, I was such a spaz on that show. But you know what was so wonderful about that show, given that it was, reality, as they say. There was no script, and I was just myself. I mean, sometimes I think the designers sort of, like, hyped up their personalities a little bit for TV. Like, Doug isn't nearly the bad guy in real life that he kind of portrayed on TV, but he definitely has that size ego. And I think, it was really wonderful to just be myself. It's like I could be serious, I could be funny, I could be goofy, I could be worried, that they weren't going to finish on time. Everything that I felt was fair game, and I didn't have to pretend anything. I just reacted to what was going on, and that was a real wild ride to be on. And I think in an interesting way, it improved my acting because it enabled me to it was almost like an improv game every day. It's like, what is a given set of circumstances, and go. And I really think it honed my ability to listen. I think I never really had to interview before, but because the situation was set up that, I'm like sent into a room to like ask these homeowners what's going on. And I think it really honed my interview skills, which helped me do talk shows later in my career and things like that. So it was really extraordinary. And now one of my biggest goals is really to up my social media presence. That's such a big deal in my industry right now. It's so important, much to my dismay, actually. But I've been really striving to have a strong Facebook presence and a strong Twitter presence. And I've been blogging, which has been really exciting. I mean, I haven't written in a long, long time. And blogging it's been really neat. It's been fun to be a part of that community and everything. So if anybody wants to subscribe to my blog, go to PaigeDavis.com.
Yeah, PaigeDavis.com for the blog. And on Twitter, you are at Real Paige Davis. Because is there another Paige Davis that has that name, or what happened there?
Yeah, there are a few Paige Davises.
Imposters.
There's P. Diddy's, there's Davis Pages, there's everything under the book. So Real Paige Davis is what I settled on. A lot of celebrities have done that, so I kind of copied them.
I see. Well, I actually put it out that I was going to be chatting with you on Twitter, and one of the questions I got from somebody, I don't know where this came from, but they're asking you if your closet is still full of denim overalls or not.
When did I ever wear denim overalls in the first place?
I don't know. Apparently back in Trading Spaces, did you wear like overalls a lot or something? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't.
The answer is no. So I can't really elaborate.
But you did have a cool style, so I give you that. Like you were also, not only do people watch the show for like the home decor designs, they also got the fashion tips too, on like secretly on the side. So
I guess so.
So people can find you. You got your blog on your website, Twitter at Real Paige Davis, and anything you're currently working on, like TV wise in the future. Like you said, you got some theater work right now.
No, yeah, right now I'm concentrating on this play. And so if anybody's up near the Berkshires and, in Vermont or Connecticut or Massachusetts, and come up, it's called Dancing Lessons, and it's really wonderful. It's a great play.
Very cool. And yeah, more details and info up at PaigeDavis.com, also at Real Paige Davis on Twitter. Thank you so much for the time, Paige. It's been really cool to chat with you, and best of luck to you.
Thank you, DJ Tanner.
I was just watching like the clips of you and like Oprah like remodeling your condo for you. Like, man, you've had like the craziest career, and it's an honor to speak to somebody who's
crazy life.
Wow.
I really have, and it's been that apartment. It still looks exactly like that. We haven't changed a thing.
You still own it or no?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We're
wow.
Still there.
Wow.
Upper West Side, New York City.
So when people, like, if they come over, they're like, I'm not sure about that color. You're like, we'll take it up with Oprah then.
Well, blame Nate.